Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Escape Pod. Thank you so much for escaping with us. That's Andrew. I'm Alex.
And as always, with great power comes great Transformers ability.
Yes, this is the ultimate Transformers episode. So we called in two experts, or as I like to call them, old people and idiots.
Which category am I in? I'm in both, actually.
You're actually in both, yes.
So if you don't like Transformers,
this may not be the episode for
go
you.
F off.
Yes.
Y'all have seen Transformers 1 yet?
Of course.
Of course.
Do we want to start with talking about that at all? Or
Sure, absolutely. What did
y'all
everybody rate Transformers 1 out of 10? I gave it a 9. You gave it a
8.5.
Alex?
Like an 8.
Yeah?
8.
Yeah.
All right,
solid.
what were some pros? What were some cons? Did you guys have any cons that nobody has really been talking about?
Cons? Well, I mean, I glazed too much. I don't know about cons. As far as the story, really cool origin story, seeing Optimus and Megatron as brothers. That was really cool. Mm-hmm. Animation was dope for me. Loved the creative transformations while they were fighting. And, I mean, like, it was just overall solid experience. I was really surprised at how really good it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only negative thing, and I don't want to be the super negative guy, but the only negative thing about it is that it is a movie made for children, so there are things that was kind of cliche and I was able to find, or I guess figure out ahead of time.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I thought it was incredible. An incredible way to tell Optimus Prime, Orion Pax, and D16, Megatron's origin story, something that was hinted at but we never really saw. I thought that was incredible. It actually reminded me a lot of A Bug's Life. I don't know why. It had kind of similar thematic elements of you know how they they're collecting.
Flick is in a thing.
They're collecting all of these items
for the bad guy,
you know
and then he has to go on a journey and come back and save him.
Very similar thematic element there, and then I just love how they represented both of those characters and gave them even more depth. Because now you can understand why Megatron is the way he is, why Optimus is the symbol of hope. I thought it was really, really good.
I like how this is like a definitive, somewhat origin story for these characters, considering how the movies are and everything. Continuity is everywhere, which way with all these cartoons. It feels like this is like something that, okay, I can point to this and this is where we'll start. And
Yes, I agree with that statement. Something I did want to talk about was apparently the directors or somebody involved in this movie said that this is definitively the origin for the Michael Bay movies. No, it is not. Nah. This is a completely different continuity, and whoever has said that is like an idiot. Like
it's one of the cast members. He's like, oh shit.
Like
no.
Like I literally, Angel, our roommate, went to a screening at IMAX with like one of the producers or directors that was like, yeah, this takes place 2 million years before the Michael Bay movies. This is the same characters. No, it isn't. Yeah, the Matrix of Leadership is completely different.
Exactly.
Sentinel is completely different. It cannot be the same.
It's
I
not
heard Keegan-Michael Key, who voices Bumblebee, shout out to Key and Peele. He said this was like the origin for the original 84/86 cartoon.
That's fine.
Which
that
makes a lot more sense.
That makes way more sense.
Did you hear that it's not doing well?
Yes.
Really? I haven't heard. I haven't kept up with the box office.
It's not?
I have good news. So it's set to open with 30 million opening weekend. Not good. But Bumblebee opened to 25 million opening weekend and went on to gross 500 million.
I think the word of mouth will be really good.
Yeah, word of mouth is really good.
We'll have to wait and see. Maybe it'll have the Spider-Verse effect or the elemental effect where it doesn't start strong, but it has legs.
Yeah.
Because it is a good movie, and a lot of people should go see it. Yeah. All right, moving on to just regular Transformer stuff. The first segment I have prepared is I actually have a couple questions for y'all, if that's okay. If we could start.
Can we just elaborate on what we have been doing this week to kind of catch them up on me?
Please.
Let me talk about me for a second. I've never seen the Transformers movie. They all have. They grew up with them. I saw Bumblebee when it came out, and I saw Rise of the Beast. Good for me. And then in this past week or two, I've watched all 5 Michael Bay Transformers movies, and then I've also seen Transformers 1. So I am caught up. I haven't seen 86 or any of the cartoons or anything like that, but the movies I can talk about now.
Perfect.
We've talked about on the podcast how I've never seen these. I have now.
Yeah, and
it's my job.
Yesterday was a long day for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, we watched 4 and 5. So last night and Age of Extinction.
Yeah. In one day.
Beautiful.
That's a long day.
Just bay him.
Yeah.
To the max.
It was fun.
So let's start with some questions. So that's pretty much your answer to the first question I have, which is what?
Watched it with Zach.
Oh.
Shout out
Zach.
Shout out Zach.
Watched someone with Dylan.
Whoa! Shout out Dylan.
Watched some of them with Danielle.
And
My
Sammy.
girlfriend. Danielle. Shout out Danielle.
We have an audience.
She got to watch 2 of the We'll get to that.
Okay.
Oh,
Movies.
I will stop interrupting you. I apologize.
No problem. So my first question was, what got you into Transformers? You just pretty much elaborated on that, your job. Sammy, Alex, do you have something you want to start with?
100%. So when I was a real young boy, way back in like, what, 1972?
Yeah, something like
Like
that.
1972, I went to a flea market one time and I
Yeah.
bought myself a knockoff Optimus Prime
Nice.
for like $1. And it was
Yeah.
like the coolest thing in the world to me. I was like, this is a truck that turns into a giant robot? Are you kidding me? I needed more. So I wanted to find out where it came from.
Yeah.
And that's when I found out. Thankfully, I have older sisters who kind of put me on game on stuff from like the 80s. So I found out there was like this whole lore behind it. I was like, oh, these robots aren't just like toys that I can play with. Like they're characters that can talk. It's pretty cool. So ever since then, I kind of got into the 84 animated series, and then I watched the 86 movie.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, this is sick. Like I like this a lot. And then I
Yeah.
kind of just went from there. I watched all the animated series from like the early 2000s. Again, I'm old as shit.
Yeah.
And then obviously when I saw Transformers, the Bay franchise, that kind of just opened my eye even more.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is what movies are made of.
Yeah.
Like,
This is what cinema is, man.
This is what movies could be. And it was
Before-
just one of the greatest experiences of all time, and I'll just never not be a
Heartbreak films
Transformers
good in a
fan.
place like
Yeah.
this.
Alex, what got you into Transformers?
Definitely that 07 Bay film really locked me in. It was my eureka moment. I remember going to see that as a little baby, little child. That was great. That was just a fantastic moment. All the toys coming after. I remember the Toys R Us setups. Shout out to the
yes.
Revenge of the Fallen setup back in like what 09. Wow, I'm getting
Nah, they were
emotional thinking about that.
cooking
Oh my
there.
god,
They were cooking
No,
toys.
those
had-
Toys R Us setups were awesome.
amazing. We used to actually put effort into society, but I had that sideswipe toy from Revenge of the Fallen. I had all of them.
Yeah,
oh my
my
gosh.
man.
Oh my god. The toys really got me in, and then I just watched all the cartoons. I watched the original 84 one. Prime was a good one that I really
Yeah.
watched growing up. I think it was on like Cartoon Network,
I
maybe.
believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I mean, I just love these characters. And honestly, like as far as a franchise growing up with, if it wasn't Marvel or DC, it was Transformers.
Yeah.
And
This begs the question: if Transformers is your eureka moment, number one, that you're an unbelievable nerd. Number two, what's everyone else's eureka moment? Not just with Transformers, just in being a nerd in general.
What was yours?
Maybe the Avengers. A little late. I mean, I grew up on like the Batman animated series and Superman animated series and stuff like that. But like, yeah, the Avengers might have been the moment where like I got real locked in.
I never even considered any of this nerd stuff. Like I was just like, oh, this is stuff I like. You know what I mean? So I was like, I don't even know.
means you're a nerd, yeah.
I can't really pick to like one specific moment. Like I said, I had that moment with Transformers when I was
Spider-Man
young.
2?
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
That's different.
before-
that was
before.
different. That wasn't my eureka moment.
that was your life, like
Honestly, it
milestone
might have been
moment.
like Dragon Ball Z was my eureka moment. I used to love Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid.
My eureka moment? Dude. I was really into Bakugan when they came out.
Are those the little things that roll
the
and pop
balls,
open?
you get the cards, they
Sick.
go.
The balls
Dragonoid? Oh my,
Yeah.
stop
Oh,
playing,
you
bro.
get out of here.
Oh, I know this
You
guy.
get outta here.
I know you were a big Beyblade guy too,
You
right?
better believe I was a big Beyblade guy.
We used to have that.
Do you
at
know
at
this?
recess?
I don't know if you know this.
What do you know?
definitely don't know this.
don't
I don't
know
even
this.
know if you know this.
What?
I don't even know if you know this. I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast. Beyblades are the reason I'm a Rams fan.
Wait, whoa,
beg your pardon?
whoa. Explain.
Yeah, so when I was like younger, I liked football. I wasn't. I just did it like I liked the act of playing sports, but I couldn't watch them. I could not get into them for my life.
Similar.
And then I was really, really into Beyblades, and my favorite was Aries, which is a ram because they're all based on the zodiac signs or whatever. And so, like, my family was like, "Okay, this is how we're gonna get him into football," because I was like a ram kid. I was like, I want a ram stuffed animal. I want to see a ram. I want to go to a zoo and see a ram.
Yeah.
Like I was into rams because of Aries, the fucking Beyblade. And then they were like, well, we could watch St. Louis Rams football games. And I was like, oh, that sounds like fun. And the first game was against the 49ers, and we lost in overtime. That was the first game I ever watched. It was like 2009. And I've been a fan ever since, and that's why I'm a Rams fan.
Unfortunate for
wow.
you though. So,
Isn't that wild?
so let's
I-
blame Beyblade for that
I have a
terrible
crazy
decision
story
of
too
him
because
becoming a Rams fan.
Beyblade was my first, experience gambling.
Whoa!
when we were at recess,
It
they
started
had
the addiction.
they had the stadium, like the plastic
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
and
yeah.
we
Everyone
would sit
bet on him.
for like
Yeah, I used
for
to
like
do that
cookies
too.
at like recess.
Bro,
like
we used to
I
do
shit
that.
you not, like that was like my first,
haven't-
and yeah.
I've never
So,
had an original experience in my
you know,
life.
that's why the house always wins.
Never once in my life.
That's why, you know.
How about that?
Hey,
I used to do the same.
we're clean though since April.
Yeah, let's go.
I was art
Let's
cockfighting
go.
when I was a
We're
kid.
good though. No, yeah, that's
No, yeah, no. So that's why, like, everybody asks. Like, all of my teams are Florida teams except the Rams, and I love the Dolphins.
That's
but yeah.
crazy.
So
That's-
your eureka moment was just being autistic and like obsessed with Rams.
Correct.
All right, fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's exactly it.
That's actually so crazy.
That's actually crazy story
because
to think
like
about.
obviously now it's perfect. They're back in LA because obviously they're
No, how convenient
Like,
it is that
yeah,
we're going to the game tomorrow.
You've been writing the script like clearly with your life that this is perfect.
It's really worked out for me.
Nice.
Happy Batman Day, by the way.
Happy
yeah.
Batman Day.
I am the shadows.
Do you want to do your whole?
Oh, I think I might have it down this time, but I don't know if we have time for that on this podcast.
We'll do it on the Patreon.
We can do it on the Patreon.
We are going to do a full episode with them on the Patreon. That's not going to be Transformers. It's going to be a Transformers bracket, but everything else is going to be not Transformers. So if you want to see Sammy and Alex talk about regular stuff and laugh about him doing the fly thing from TikTok, go to the Patreon. We love you all a lot. Next question I have is something I think we're all going to agree on, but maybe not. Is there a franchise where the human characters have more obnoxious uses of plot armor than the Transformers Michael Bay franchise?
Yes.
We all
Fast
know what
and
it
Furious.
is. Yep.
More?
Dom Toretto?
But
he's an Avenger now.
Listen, all right, I'm going to let Andrew go on this.
Okay. Yeah, but it got to the point. Okay, Dominic Toretto is the standard. Obviously, it's ridiculous what he goes through. But there were certain moments in Transformers movies where I felt like I could at least compare what's Shia's character, Sam and Dom similar. Sam is on like an airplane that he is not being protected by Bumblebee or anything, and it literally crashed. There was one where they lift a car up. No, Sam is in a car and he
in Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah, and they just drop it through the warehouse. Did not need
no scratch, no blood.
They
but
literally could have just put the car down. Michael Bay, for some reason, was like, let's drop them from 100 feet up through a
that's the
ceiling.
difference between an auteur and just a average director.
Right, no,
it's
you're
those
so
decisions.
right. You're so right. It helped the plot quite a bit. But yeah, Dominic is. I mean, Fast and Furious and Transformers has got to be it.
Is there any others?
The top two.
I'm trying to think something else, but
What's another absurd? Fast and Furious is the gold standard of just bullshit.
I mean, they swung a car off
I think it's in Fast 7 where like Dom is fighting someone and they're on like a parking garage structure and he just looks at him and goes,
He stomps.
It's over, and like stomps on the ground and the floor falls.
In that one, they're driving through like the Burj Khalifa, like they're like going through different like doors
they
and
drive off of the Burj Khalifa.
Are we saying The Rock has a full-on cast?
Breaks.
Sorry,
Guy's gotta go to work.
He's gotta go to work.
That's great though. That's great though.
That's actually sick though. I'm not gonna lie, but this is real life.
Also, immediately
to
after that,
space.
Dom drives a car into like a drone and it explodes and he's fine.
In the 10th one, when the little kid jumps from car to the car and he catches him.
Wait.
And they drive off like the dam.
But also, what's the one where they're on the highway and he literally
flies over, right?
Yeah, he outside of the girl character. I don't know who it is.
I think it was the sixth one. Yeah,
he's like thrown over
Lenny,
a highway,
Lenny. Looks
like
and he
Superman.
drives himself into the side of the highway and opens his door
Catches
to
Lenny.
launch himself and catches her midair. Plot armor.
It's not a bird. It's
Amazing, but that's why those movies are awesome.
Do we believe that Vin Diesel couldn't do that? Like,
It's not a bird.
I mean, you're so right.
Not a plane.
It's power of family.
It's power.
Dom Toretto.
It's Dom Toretto.
Okay, so Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
More plot armor than Transformers, but Transformers is a close second.
Yeah. No, I mean, toss up.
Off the top of the head, yep.
Probably.
And here we go. The last two questions have to do with a little bit of a fighting situation. How many Xenomorphs would it take to kill Optimus Prime? Xenomorphs being the alien.
Not a lot.
This is a tough question
'Cause the ass is
can
gonna-
you burn through that metal?
Yeah.
Through
Yeah.
transformium?
We watched like normal bullets like cook them in the later movies.
By the way, transformium, unobtainium, two coolest names of a substance
Oh
of
yeah,
all
of
time.
course.
Oh, by far.
Dumbest, coolest, interchangeable.
Optimus is mowing down a lot though. What was the other question? Was Godzilla you guys had on
was
this
Godzilla.
podcast?
So
Godzilla
what did you
versus-
guys settle on
just
for Godzilla?
He said over 10,000. I said under. I think it'd be between 5 and 8,000.
So no queen aliens, right?
No, just
just
regular
Xenomorphs.
big chap from Alien 1, 8,000.
He keeps his distance.
8
he's
feet
just
tall.
he's just
He could step on like
Yeah.
300
And
of
the
them.
the
acid-
acid is going to melt
acid.
him.
So the acid
I don't
can
think
melt
Where is
gonna
the
bother.
setting of this fight? Do we have a setting? Because if he's got space,
Open
he's
field, football field.
cooking.
Oh,
them.
he's cooking,
He's
bro.
cooking
He's-
them like like we watched what's her face.
Bro, Ripley took
Rain
out,
in the
like-
new one just with
Yeah.
Ripley took
And
out
Ripley took
how
out-
many in aliens? Like
Yeah.
hundreds.
Okay, so how many?
the in waves. Give me 10,000, man. Give me 10,000.
10,000.
Give me
I gotta
10,000.
be honest with you. I
I'm
think
thinking like-
Optimus may kill more than Godzilla.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Because he's
like-
more mobile. He's got more
He's
at
more
his
mobile.
disposal.
He's a smaller target,
Yeah.
and he's
No.
like Godzilla
No.
has to charge up the nuclear blast. Like that's gonna take time.
And then it's a
Optimus is just
nuclear
bang,
bomb, bro.
bang,
He's got
bang,
unlimited
bang.
ammo.
though.
He's got the Matrix of
Actual
leadership.
nuclear
He's got
bomb.
Linkin Park in the background. Like there's
Optimus-
he's
so
So are you saying
unstoppable.
Optimus is going to kill Godzilla? No, you're
No,
not.
no.
Okay,
No,
then
but
I'm not
it's about
accepting this.
matchups. It's
Wait,
about
it's
matchups.
matchups.
Now that's an
He
interesting
steps on them.
It's like in the-
If he steps on
he
them,
takes
he's
one.
gonna
He
burn.
takes
He can
one.
take out
he
20,000
literally-
before he has to start stepping on them.
Yeah, he takes
You don't
one
know, he's got
step.
distance. He said football
He takes
field.
one step and he kills more than Optimus is going to kill. And
But
like,
then it's gonna burn his
And it's
foot.
gonna burn his actual like.
Okay, well, and then that amount of Xenomorphs are going to burn through Optimus Prime.
Wait, so how many was
And
that?
he
But
has the
he's got
unlimited breath.
the long range.
He's got
and
the
he's
long
more
range
mobile.
arsenal.
He can
He's not-
fire.
You just said he was in a football
Leadership.
field. Was he? Is he running
Motivation.
away?
Yes.
Yes. Or you also have to count for Auras.
Optimus is not taking out more Xenomorphs than Godzilla.
I think he might be able to.
How many is Godzilla taking out again? 10,000?
I think it's less than 10,000.
Is he or is he not giving a speech before this?
Exactly.
He's giving a speech.
We're getting amped.
20,000 easy.
I think
20,000
so,
easy.
too. Now you're stacking the odds against him. That's not fair.
He's got knife hands. He's got an axe sword. Like, come on.
I legitimately
We've got
think,
more at his disposal. Like,
I legitimately and ironically think that Optimus could kill more Xenomorphs than
things are getting serious. So just drive away. Like, come on.
Godzilla can destroy like the entirety of New York on accident. Like just Xenomorphs being in his general presence, he could kill thousands of them on accident. Like it's not close. You're underestimating how big Godzilla is. Even if the acid hurts him a little bit, he steps. You understand how big he is. It's not even an argument.
Wait, so is the debate now between Godzilla and Optimus? Because Godzilla does have regenerate. Well, depends which Godzilla we're talking about, but he can regenerate, so the acid has no effect on him. So he might be cooking.
He's the GOAT.
well, damn. Why'd you tell him that?
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, it depends which Godzilla we're
Look at
talking
you
about.
trying to be fair.
I love Godzilla too, though. That's my guy. That's what I'm saying.
Fuck you, Sammy.
Did you forget who I am?
All right, here we go.
The speech argument is the best argument.
And Lincoln Park in the background. We're not taking that into account. These are
What I've done.
exactly.
I'll face my.
All right.
Sorry.
And this is the last question I got before we get into some hot takes.
Now I want to know how many Optimus and Godzilla could take down.
That's what I was just thinking too.
I want an Optimus Godzilla team up.
Can you imagine Optimus riding Godzilla?
Oh my god, that's my wet.
You just made the money.
You're welcome.
Batman with prep time.
Okay.
Does he solo the Michael Bay universe?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's
like it's not really a
Prep
debate.
time.
Like
It's Batman with prep time. What
you
can
just
we do?
how much prep time? Like 2 hours? It's chill. Like I think
Like
honestly,
I
you give him 2
don't think
hours.
there is a robot in the Transformers Michael Bay universe that Batman with prep time wouldn't
This
have
man has a
solution for.
contingency plan for the
Unicron's
Flash.
only like questionable
Are you
thing, but
kidding?
like even
We
then,
don't know the effectiveness of that Unicron. To be honest, they would have fucking defeated him with the power of friendship.
I want to know how many Xenomorphs, Optimus Prime, Batman, and Godzilla can take down now.
Every Xenomorph.
They might
there's
wipe
not
out the
amount
universe,
Of,
yeah.
There's
There
no
is
amount of Xenomorphs.
infinite
Yeah,
Xenomorphs.
An infinite amount of Xenomorphs with Godzilla, Batman with prep time, and Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Is that the greatest trio of all time that you just said?
Do you know what kind of military tactician-ary moves that Batman would make if he's got Optimus Prime and Godzilla?
You just basically
It would be
named
insane.
LeBron, Katie, Curry in the Olympics. Like it's
Facts.
unstoppable.
It's just
The coach
unbeatable.
isn't even Phil Jackson. The coach is Einstein. Like, it's ridiculous. All right, let's move into some Transformers hot takes. We haven't done hot takes too much on this show of late. Andrew and I kind of know our hot takes, but I don't think I know either of any of y'all's Transformers hot takes. I can start out to kind of get the zone, but the way the game works is I'm going to say a statement with the intention of making the rest of the people at the table yell at me. But these are opinions I genuinely believe.
No rage bait.
No rage bait here. So I'm just gonna say this, and then we can go around. And if Alex, if you say something so heinous that I have to start yelling at you, then I will be out. Okay?
I got a good one.
Medusa, aka Alice, in Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, not only ruins that movie, but ruins the greater Transformers universe much more than people acknowledge. The idea that Transformers can change into humans, the level of espionage that you could have in that franchise based on that precedent that you set that never comes back again is a heinous decision and something that doesn't get talked about enough, and how much it breaks the universe.
Listen, I would be with you, but we get it's a diesely tinge.
I
love
that scene.
So without that, we don't get that scene. But I do agree with the fact that
That's a great point.
how do they morph into skin and like it's just
Does that mean I could scan you
Yeah, you know what I
and
mean?
now I'm Sammy J, but then I could scan Megan Fox and now I'm Megan Fox? It makes no sense.
Yeah,
I mean, you're kind of cooking with that. I'm not mad that
Yeah.
you're mad about that.
do they need to though? Like espionage or Transformers? Like this.
Yeah,
I like,
That's
but
why
I
that's one.
legitimately think, like, I can't stress this enough. I think it's like a universe-breaking decision. Like, I think that decision actively makes every movie worse because you do that in that movie.
Yeah,
I mean, they
just
retcon-
kinda-
Yeah, but like
yeah.
it's. I mean,
They retcon everything in the next movie
you don't,
anyway.
You
It's
don't
like,
think about it. Like I get what you're saying though. If it was a more prominent like story. point.
Did Sam cheat?
yes.
You ever been stomached by a mountain ox with a 5-foot tongue? It
I
wasn't fun
don't
for him.
think so. She kind of rapes him, no?
Yes.
It is
not-
rape.
Yes.
It is rape.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Oh,
point.
that's
He
exactly
never
right.
says
That's
yes.
He never
Not
wants
Yes,
to.
but he
he's-
also like totally allows her to just like get in his car.
See,
and
but
get on
let's
top
not
of
do the
her
allow
and-
thing. He didn't want it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
Yes,
he's a victim.
But like,
I'm a victim.
Can
He's
you
a
be
victim.
a victim and cheat at the same time? That is a very interesting
Because now we're
question.
opening a can of worms.
I don't want to answer
We
that.
have to respect
but like,
male.
But like, if I had a girlfriend, I would just be like, "No, get out of my room."
Yeah, especially if
Yeah,
it's Megan
yeah.
Fox. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And he doesn't.
And he doesn't
He's
say
very
that.
like,
He does-
"Oh,
yeah.
this is kind of awkward." Like, haha, and he's like laughing about it. Just like tell her, like, get off of me.
I mean, she would have still forced. I mean, it's a role.
I mean,
She
yes,
would have still
she would
forced
have,
herself.
but you're
She-
right,
but he
have
doesn't
to.
say anything like that.
But you're right.
She is
he does-
fully on top
exactly,
of
yeah,
him, like
yeah,
pinning
yeah.
him down, and he's still just like joking about it.
Yeah, we could have at least had the get off me.
That's fair.
And when she opens the door and they're kissing, he's not like freaking out.
And he does kind of like accept the kiss at the end. Like,
Yeah.
he closes.
But how strong is
But
she?
like she,
Yeah, but
she's
we're
Mount
not-
Knox. Like,
Mount- yeah.
Mount Knox easily tinged. Like we got to take that into
I
account.
mean, yeah, she is a transformer, so I would assume she's very strong. But it would make more sense if he was like, "Get out of my room," and then she was like, "No," and like
Yeah.
he
He
used
was-
her
he wa-
transformer strength.
He was also losing his mind though. Kin calendar, and had all this
that's
stuff in his brain.
He's like twitching out.
So
like, in the-
I mean, we could give him. No, I'm not even gonna say that. That's terrible. That's not a
Sam-
good boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, kind of questionable. I'll give you
It's-
that. Like it's
yeah.
just like it teeters on like. It
It
is-
teeters on being a good boyfriend or being raped. It's like one of those two things you can't really tell.
Does a transformer count? That's cheating.
See why?
See, but that's the thing. He didn't know it was a transformer at the time.
Yeah. Oh,
true.
see, look, it's all semantics.
It's
we can
all
go
semantics.
in a circle.
Danielle.
Okay, you walk in, a transformer woman is on top of Sammy.
Bumblebee is on top of Sammy.
Crazy image.
You find out it's a transformer after, but when you see it happening, it looks like he's not upset about it. How,
Murder,
what-
murder, right? You're murder.
Are you murdering?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
even-
See,
Danielle's ready for war. This is what I like about it.
when he goes to
All
Megan
you-
Fox, 10
listen,
seconds silence.
Listen, 10 seconds silence. All I need.
yeah, but there's no shot Sammy would be like, "Oh, this is kind of awkward. Like you're on my bed."
No, Sammy would
I
assault
also
her.
would have
would
already
drop kick
said.
her.
Yeah,
You,
also.
you beating the shit out of a woman trying to rape you?
Yes. I think. Wait a minute. This is a great debate right now.
Insane segment.
I'm not-
That is
you out.
actually
Yeah.
crazy. That's actually crazy. But I think I would.
Yeah.
For your woman, for my woman, I'm knocking you out. For Sarah?
Equal
Yeah,
rights.
absolutely. Who? Next question.
Anyone.
I mean,
Alex,
can I-
you got a Transformers hot take for
His
us?
hands are rated E for everything.
Oh, I mean, it's not. I don't even know. It shouldn't even be a hot take. But Dark of the Moon's the best Transformers movie by far. It's not even like.
It's your favorite movie of all time.
It's yeah. I think after this rewatch, it's probably my favorite movie ever. I genuinely have gone on about like 50 million podcasts just this crusade of like preaching the choir.
That's a hot take,
And
brother.
Literally.
Finally, people are understanding my genius, but
I can't wait till we rank all of them.
Yes.
I mean,
they called me.
I think he's kind of cooking. I'm not gonna lie. I have no hate towards that take.
All right.
Yeah,
Sammy,
me
you got a hot take for
I
us?
do. I think Megan Fox in the first Transformers is the most attractive anyone has ever looked in any movie ever.
I mean, Michael Bay makes that possible, right? Like,
I don't think anyone can
shooting it.
disagree with that. There's some good contenders now. Don't get me wrong, but
Who else? It belongs in the conversation? I would argue.
Scarlett Johansson
In
and Iron Man
anything.
2
Yes.
Sure.
Margot
Oh.
Robbie.
and
Cam-
Wolf of Wall
Cam-
Street.
Cam-
Margot Robbie, Wolf of Wall Street has to be up there.
Cameron Diaz in The Mask.
Cameron
Chris
Diaz in
Hemsworth.
The Mask is a underrated take, but I love it.
You love that
I
one, huh?
love it.
Yeah.
We have to have. I think Brad Pitt in Seven is the best looking a man has ever.
I don't
looked.
know. In Ocean's 11,
He looks good in Ocean's 11. He looks good in Fight Club.
I was gonna
but
say
the
Fight Club.
goatee he's got
Wait.
in Seven kills me.
I just
need
said
to-
anything Chris Hemsworth.
I
Ryan
need to-
Gosling in Drive.
I
Yeah.
need to wait. Hang on.
Ooh.
This is actually a good way for me to get back on the whole Chris Evans hate that I got from the last episode.
Yeah.
Cap in Endgame or Infinity War with the beard and the slick back hair.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
Handsome. I actually tried to replicate that look after. So.
Michael
Yes.
B. Jordan and
Chris
like,
Evans, you are
Yeah, I'm
handsome.
gonna
Oh,
get there.
Michael
and,
B. Jordan.
and,
Wait,
Creed, or like one of
Michael
those.
B.
Like,
Jordan.
In
anything.
No, Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther.
Yeah.
With the
Oh, man.
scars. Oh my gosh.
did something to
Forget
you?
about it. Danielle's not, and she knows
Aaron,
what we're talking about.
Yo,
She knows ball.
Low key,
She does know ball though.
Loki, Aaron Pierre and Rebel Ridge is like low key, like top, like bro's eyes are
I was
crazy.
telling her, I was like, is it glazing if I say he's handsome while we were watching it?
Glenn Powell. Anything?
Glenn Powell
is
and Miles
literally
Teller
the
in Top Gun
Oh,
Maverick.
Tom Cruise, prime Tom Cruise, and like Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut,
like,
my
come on now,
gosh.
prime Tom
Wait a
Cruise.
Okay,
minute
so
now.
those are the hottest people ever, but you're saying of all of those, it's still
very
Megan.
big.
Megan Fox is number
We
one by
started on
far.
women.
Oh yeah,
we started on
I
women for
wanted-
literally like 3 of them, and we've named like double digits amount of men.
I wanted to show some love to the men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great.
We're all
we're all in this
straight
together.
men
Okay,
that can
let's-
appreciate
Let's
that.
get some women.
appreciate
Let's
that
get some
because-
women.
We had plenty of women.
We
Not
said
women.
3. We said Margot Robbie,
Yep, Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, and like one. Cameron
Ana de
Diaz in the
Armas,
back.
Blade
Oh,
Runner
wait.
2049.
Wait, you said Cameron Diaz for what?
The Mask.
Vanilla
The
Sky.
Mask.
Vanilla Skies.
She's good in Villain
Aubrey
Skies.
Plaza and anything.
Agatha all along.
Agatha.
Haley Steinfeld. I mean, Josh Allen.
Isabella Merced.
I still think Haley Atwell in the last Mission Impossible was insane.
Oh, Vanessa Kirby's up there too.
Ooh.
Low
Not
key.
for me.
Danielle, do you have anyone? I know you have someone.
Women? Anyone?
Anyone in the room?
Who's the hottest person in any movie ever, Dylan?
Matthew
Go.
Stafford when he won the Super Bowl.
Nice.
Up there. Up there.
No, it's not.
Any movie ever. The Charlie's Angels.
This motherfucker,
Cameron Diaz.
shut the fuck up, Dylan. You can't give us nothing. This is why you're not on camera. God damn it,
Why being so
Dylan.
mean to Dylan? He's
Dude,
really
how long
thinking
is
about it.
taking?
He's the
He's a
I
sculpture
feel like
right
I
now.
just feel like there's so many options to pick one.
Shigo and Kim Possible.
Yeah!
You're cooking. You're
I mean, if
cooking.
we're gonna get
We're not
animated,
animated.
He's cooking.
Dude, Anya
Nick
Taylor
Fury from
Joy's
Avatar.
Peach. Oh my
The
god.
Bunny in Zootopia. Let me stop.
Okay, this guy
Judy
needs
Hopps?
to be euthanized, bro.
Anyways, what was the question? What was your hot take? Dark of the Moon. Great. Next.
Megan Fox is
Megan
the
Fox
hottest
is the
woman
hottest.
ever.
Sure.
You got one?
I feel like I only have one hot take, and
Give
I
it
want
to
to
us.
save it till the rankings because it's in my ranking.
Fine, I'll go because
So
I
I'm
think
just
I'm gonna
gonna
kill
listen.
everybody here. Y'all ready? Michael Bay was not the guy to make the live action
Hey,
Transformers movies.
hey, shut your whore mouth. How about that?
I'm gonna go.
How about that one?
This isn't for me. This
How about that one?
This is blasphemy.
I'll follow him.
What an egregious take! How dare you? How dare you on your own pod?
They
How dare
wouldn't
you?
be what they are without him. Like
But
the-
it's
the
not a
global
good
brand.
portrayal of what the franchise is before him.
It's
It's
entertaining.
not.
But it's a good adaptation.
It's a good adaptation.
No, it isn't.
For modern audiences, yes, it is.
No, it's not a good
whole generation
adaptation.
of people-
Again, I love his
I know-
Transformers movies.
Why?
I grew up with them. I could tell a million things. I didn't even get into what got me into Transformers, but the Michael Bay movies are a big part of that. But if you watch Gen 1, if you watch the animated shows, if you watch the source material, if you read the source material, the comics, the books,
it's kinda-
not at
but
all what
it's
it's
a whole
you
different
don't like
thing in this
Deathly
world.
Hallows Part 2
So
now,
let me-
right?
I'm saying that I think that the Transformers franchise from Michael Bay versus what it was before is comparable to my least
I was
favorite
just
movie
gonna
of all
say that.
time, Man of Steel.
I was just gonna say that.
Because of what it changes in the lore. You don't really
Transformers 1 changes tons of lore.
It does, and I said that. And I said that's going to upset people, but I said it's a good movie, so people are going to move past. Like,
Yeah,
kind
the
of
original's a
ignore
great
it.
movie. The Michael Bay
I'm just
2001.
saying, if you were going to make Transformers movies, if you were to go back to 2007 and redo it, I don't know if anybody would redo it because those movies are had such cultural impact and they made so much money. But those movies, there are many Transformers fans that they're like, I'm a real Transformers fan. And the Bay iterations, they hate in the same way that I hate Man of Steel and you hate Batman v Superman.
I love them both.
Yeah,
The-
but like Man of Steel didn't get a ton of people to like Superman that didn't like him before. The Transformers movies did.
Yeah.
Like
If
I think it brought a
like
lot of
hundreds of
different fans to
thousands of
this
people
market, 110%.
now like Transformers because
Listen.
of Michael Bay.
Let me tell you something.
And wouldn't you say that that's even like that makes the situation worse?
No.
No,
Because
because
it-
more eyes in the franchise. Because then people go back and watch
It
the
was
cartoon
nothing
and
but
then they
good,
fall in
but
love with that.
and then they make even more
But, yeah.
iterations and stuff.
But no, it's like Michael Bay took stuff from the old stuff too. Like with Sam Witwicky, he was an amalgamation of other like human characters from the original
Yeah,
cartoon.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like it wasn't like obviously like especially in those movies, they're mainly on Optimus and Bumblebee. A lot of the side characters they don't get a lot of shine compared to the original.
Yeah.
I will give you that. Like Optimus in those movies is nothing like how he
Nothing.
is in G1.
Correct. And
It's very similar to Man of Steel, so I can see it in that
but,
aspect.
but he made Optimus awesome, no?
Yeah, Peter Cullen's
He is
voice
cool,
is now.
like, don't get me wrong,
It's
but
now
it's just-
what like James Earl Jones is for Darth Vader. It's like it's just an iconic thing now. To where like,
Yeah.
you can't, he's synonymous with that role. So it's like I get what you're saying.
I don't
but-
know Transformers enough to like comment too much.
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
just like I'm from an outsider's perspective.
I understand where you're coming
Yeah.
from,
Yeah.
but I also see I'm one of those guys that also appreciates Man of Steel, so like
Ew.
I just don't really see how it's a problem either way because it
valid
just
your
brings it's kind of no.
No, he likes both. I get
You know
it.
what I
It's
mean?
the best
I
of both
like
worlds.
Superman, the original character, but I also can appreciate Man of Steel as an adaptation, where I also thoroughly enjoyed the 80s animated Transformers series, but I also really love the Bay films, just because it's an adaptation and it gets more eyes on it. It's kind of like, what is it? All
Good press or whatever.
Yeah, all press is-
No, I agree. I
even
like for
negative press is
example,
good
I
press.
hate Batman killing. I like BVS,
Yep.
but I don't think that's my definitive. Listen, we could go. That's a
whole different rabbit hole.
Stay with
Yeah.
me. Stay with me.
we'll do that on the Patreon.
Yeah, but
Gwen.
I think as a standalone thing, I like that, and I don't mind. You know, I like both things. Why can't I have both? Why can I have
Why do
cake
we have
and
to?
cookies?
Yeah, why do we have to draw
do I
a
gotta-
straight line in
Yeah.
the middle?
Screw tribalism. Let's accept. let's accept everything.
Oh yeah. All right.
All right, well, y'all popped me for that hot take, so I guess we can move on. We're going to move on to some rankings.
Boom.
Shall we rank every Transformers movie ever?
Sure. Are we doing the
down.
2-minute thing?
I would like to do the 2-minute rule, okay? So I'm
Two-minute
going
warning?
to time you,
Oh,
but
shit,
you're going to have to give your explanation in 2 minutes. So if we all have one movie unanimously at the bottom, we probably don't need to give an explanation.
We're doing all the 5 Michael Bays. We're doing Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast, and Transformers 1.
Correct.
Right? So everything since like
No,
2007
86?
or whatever.
86
is
is
included.
he's
You can throw in 86. I have not
86.
seen it, so you can throw it in if you want.
I'm happy to start, or anybody else can start, but I did want to say I am not including Bumblebee because I have not seen it since it came out.
Interesting.
So, but I am including 86.
Yeah, I haven't seen
I'll do
Bumblebee
that.
since it came out.
I haven't
I'm
seen
gonna put it
86
where
in
I
like
think-
I got
a
them all.
millennium.
So if you don't want to include 86 in your ranking, you don't have
it
to.
would fall in, well, yeah, well.
So I will start 2-minute rule, and let me just get a little bit more.
It's getting a little hot in here.
2-minute drill. Hey.
Oh my god.
Wait.
For those of you wondering why everybody's laughing, just threw it on to Dylan. Dylan said, "It looks real good."
Perfectly on his head.
Transformed into a coat rack.
Yeah, you did. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, boy.
Coat rack.
I'm ranking the 5 Michael Bays, Rise of the Beast, and 86. And
Transformers 1.
Transformers 1. Here we go. In last place, I have Transformers Rise of the Beasts. That movie sucks balls. The human characters don't work. It's the most unlikable Optimus Prime we've ever gotten, which is such a travesty. It's a bad, bad movie. Next, I've got Transformers The Last Night. This movie has tried to do too much. I remember it being more of a disaster when I saw it in theaters. I kind of think it's a little bit better, but it's still like a 2 out of 10 instead of a 1. Then I have Transformers Age of Extinction, more like Transformers aging up. I gained 20 years watching that movie. That movie is too fucking long. At 5th place, I've got Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. The writer's strike really fucking hurt this movie. Goodness gracious. But, like you always say, it may be the funniest one.
Right.
But you're laughing at Revenge of the Fallen more than you're laughing with Revenge of the Fallen. At 4th place, there's a huge gap between 4th place and Revenge of the Fallen is Transformers the movie 1986. That's probably the movie I've seen the most in my lifetime. It was playing in our DVD in our Honda Odyssey all the time. I love this movie so much. The animation looks gorgeous, Unicron, everything. I can't say enough good things about Transformers the movie 1986. I'd give it an 8 out of 10 probably. Then I've got Transformers Dark of the Moon. Super fun. The final sequence is incredible. The Megatron design is unrivaled. The Shockwave design is unrivaled. It's an awesome movie. But in 2nd place, I've got Transformers 2007. I just prefer this one just a little bit more. It's got a little bit more nostalgia for me. I like the human characters and the human interaction a little bit more. And I think the Blackout invading the military base in Qatar, followed by the Scorponok chase in the desert, is incredible. And at 1st place, I have the newest one on this list, Transformers 1, which floored me. I have no complaints about Transformers 1 other than the ugly designs, and that's a minute 55, baby. Come on!
Whoa!
Did we just...
Whoa!
We will.
Whoa! Do not touch my car. It's a collector's item.
We will not discuss anybody else's rankings or comment on them until after everybody's gone, all right?
Do it.
So who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Let's just go in order.
All right, 2-minute drill. I'm only ranking the Bay films, Rise of the Beast, and then Transformers 1 and then Bumblebee because I haven't seen 86 in like a long time.
Perfect.
Dead Last, The Last Night, ass. I don't know. It's just doing way too much. One minute it's a Goonies movie, then it's a Knights of the Round Table movie, then it's a Mark Wahlberg movie. It's just doing way too much. The aspect ratio changing nearly killed me, but I'm not gonna hold you. I enjoyed it a little more on the rewatch. These films always have something. 7. I have Rise of the Beast, more like no sauce whatsoever. But it's just slightly more acceptable than Last Night because The Last Night retcons literally everything good about this franchise. The Rise of the Beast just has literally nothing that I really want to go back to. It's too gray. But, you know, the G1 designs are pretty cool.
Yes.
6, I have Age of Extinction. You said aging up. I thought you were going to refer to the Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, that's what
This movie is gluttonous. It is literally way too much. If you shave out 40 minutes, though, low-key a masterpiece. I rewatched it. It works as a really good epilogue to Dark of the Moon. Mark Wahlberg. Hey, the thing we just found a Transformer. Like, I mess with it. And Grimlock, it's cool. It's a vibe. Stanley Tucci, really cool. 5, I have the Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah, writer's strike killed this one, but it's Michael Bay in his most pure, unadulterated form. This thing is absurd, and I think it works for its benefit more often than not. It's extremely hilarious, and Optimus Wood's fight is like all-timer. 4, I have Bumblebee, really cool Iron Giant story with Bumblebee. Really fun, really wholesome. Haley Steinfeld's great. Bumblebee is really cool. Just a vibe. Travis Knight's passion project. I like that. 3, I have Transformers 1, really good origin story. Like we said before, I think this is something that we're going to look back on and be like, this is a really coul thing for that. We got to see Optimus and Megatron's brothers. Love that. 2, we have the OG. Michael Bay's magnum opus, low key. 07 Transformers, this thing made these characters so larger than life. That first scene when Bumblebee, with the lighting and everything, we see him, it just feels so grandiose. Great coming of age story. This thing is just iconic, so quotable, amazing. Love it so much. And to end it all off, number 1, Transformers Dark of the Peak. The quintessential American blockbuster. Oh my god, it's amazing. Quotable, action's amazing, score is Steve Jablonsky cooks. I have nothing, it's perfect. It's perfect in every way, shape, and form.
And that is 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen!
Yeah. And scene. I gotta get locked in here.
Off the dome?
Off the dome, I'm gonna go.
That's pretty impressive.
I'm ranking every single Transformers movie of all time here.
Here we go.
Ready to go? Here we go.
Yep.
In last place, I got Transformers The Last Night because it has last in the title for a reason. Ass! Terrible. Don't like it. Next, I have Transformers Rise of the Beast. Might be a hot take. No sauce. Michael Bay was missing in that movie completely. And also the Maximals were. They should have been called Minimals. Why were in the movie for like 5 minutes?
Yep.
Could have used more. The ending scene with Bumblebee is really cool though. I do like the Mama Said Knock You Out scene. Really, really dope. From there, I got Transformers Age of Extinction. Love that movie. It's got Optimus Prime riding Grimlock, a giant fire-breathing Transformer. Nothing more needs to be said. From there, I got Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Kind of ass, but I like ass. Also, one of the funniest movies of all time, like I said. Right.
Composure.
Right? Keep going. Anyway, we're good. I'm burning a lot of time. Anyway, that was just an all-timer right there. Next up, from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, I believe I have Transformers 1986.
Yep.
Love it. You've Got the Touch scene. Everything in there is incredible. Love Optimus Prime. Love Unicron. Great movie. From there, I got Transformers 1, our new installment into the movie. I love the origin story. There was just something about it that just felt really cliche. But there is a scene that had my jaw drop faster than seeing free samples at Costco. Faster than seeing Ned Leeds at a buffet. Crazy. Anyway, second place, I have Transformers Dark of the Moon. Some consider the greatest action movie of all time. And I do believe that third act is an all-timer. I just think it's one of the modern masterpieces. It's just beautiful. Everything about... I mean, this guy said it. I took it away. I don't know what else I can say. I have 30 seconds so I can just really ramp on the greatest Transformers movie of all time, which is Transformers 2007. Because, again, Megan Fox opening up Bumblebee, working on the hood. I love women working on my engine. I prefer it, actually. I mean, it's got Ladies Man 217. What more can we say? Our username, Ladies Man 217. Our username, Ladies Man 217. The Allspark, the Transformers arriving to Earth with Steve Jablonsky. Peak.
There you go. That's 2 minutes. Nice work, Sammy.
I felt like that was one of his TikTok videos. That's how he handles those.
We're gonna make so much money off of that. Thank you.
All right, ready? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here's my Transformers movies rankings. Here we go. 2 minutes. In last place, Revenge of the Fallen. The second Transformers movie really did not do it for me. I didn't think the jokes were that funny, and I just I was like, the first act I thought was solid, and then it lost me, and it never got me back after that. After that, I have The Last Night. There's no real sauce in this movie. There's nothing that was really bad to me. It didn't have any sauce. The visuals at the end with Cybertron in the sky and all that was like kind of cool, but other than that, didn't do much for me. Okay, I'm going to put Bumblebee where I think Bumblebee is going to go, and I think Bumblebee is next. I remember really liking Bumblebee and not having any problems with it, so I'm pretty sure I like. There's tiers to me, and Last Night, Revenge of the Fallen is a tier. We are now up another tier, and it's Bumblebee. After that, this is where we're starting. Next, I have the first Transformers 1, 2007.
You have not done Rise of the Beast yet.
I'm sorry. Rise of the Beast is at the bottom.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I was
sorry.
I was freaking out. I was freaking out. You can pause the timer there. I was freaking out, Andrew.
I would have lost my...
I also forgot Bumblebee.
Rise of the Beast is worse than Revenge of the Fallen?
Easily.
Thank you.
Rise of the Beast is the worst. Iron Man suit at the end where he's grabbing Optimus and saving him and says, "I got you," like he's Dominic Toretto.
Awful.
Really bad. So Rise of the Beast at the bottom, Revenge of the Fallen, Last Night. That's a tier. Okay.
Thank you.
Then a jump, Bumblebee.
Yep.
Next, Transformers, the first one.
Wow, 2007.
Again, no problem. Since Bumblebee, I have no problems with these movies. I like all of them from here on out. Transformers is good. I just, for some reason, at number And 2, 3, and 4, so this is 4, 2, 3, and 4 are very interchangeable to me. Right now, I have 3 Age of Extinction. I loved it. I liked the villain. I liked the story. I like Mark Wahlberg's character. I think, again, Optimus riding a T-Rex, you got me. Sorry. After that, at number 2 is Dark of the Moon. So that's my favorite of the Michael Bays. Halfway through that movie, I was like, this is awesome! And then it was just epic for the, it went on a little too long, as some of these movies do, but that's okay. And then at number 1, I got Transformers 1.
Yes.
Great movie. We already talked about it on the podcast. That's it for me.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Thank you so
Nice
much.
work, everybody.
He gets it. The best Bay film. Like I'm just.
Yeah. Dark of the Peak.
It's been such a long fight since 2011.
Dark of the Peak, brother.
It's just. Oh my god. Also, Age of Extinction, great pull. Great, like, Lockdown's amazing.
Lockdown is the
Lockdown's
GOAT.
amazing.
Literally, I've already been like attacked both in our Discord and on Letterboxd because I have that one higher than the first Transformers. I understand that, but like I watched that movie, I guess because I just didn't know, I didn't get sucked into the echo chamber of like everyone has hated this movie since it came out, and like the whole time I was like, what's wrong with this movie? This movie's awesome.
It's just too long. That's the only.
Yeah, but like you can have problems with that movie, I understand, but like every problem that people have with that movie, or I have with that movie, I have with almost every Transformers movie. Like, I love Dark of the Moon, I also think that's a little long. Like, the whole third act where they're in the city fighting goes on for forever. Yes, it's epic and it's fun, but it goes on forever.
Oh, I should have went on for another 30 minutes. Holy shit. Oh my god, I was in like euphoria.
So
but no, yeah, that movie's so based, Age of Extinction. There's a lot of like underlying stuff, especially with post 9/11 commentary with the Dark of the Moon heading into that.
Yeah.
Technology, the Transformers get replaced and then they went like it's incredibly based, but that's a whole
So,
other thing.
like, yeah, the main problems people have is just like the plot isn't there, and they don't like Mark Wahlberg's character, and it's too long. I actually like Mark Wahlberg's character. I thought the inventor aspect was super interesting. His relationship with his daughter was also like pretty solidly well done, especially for a Transformers movie. When she gets kidnapped and taken, like that was actually like an emotional moment for me, where I was like, oh, we got to go get her back. Stanley Tucci is obviously great. Like, he's not as good as what's that other character?
John Turturro.
John
Simmons
Turturro,
is
who
great.
is the GOAT,
Is the greatest of
obviously.
all time.
But and then also that's Kelsey Grammer, right?
Yes.
I love him as
He's
the villain. His
beast, baby.
Him secretly like killing the Autobots, but saying that they're Decepticons and trying to take them out, and the secret message Optimus is. And isn't that? Oh no, Dark of the Moon is the one where we act like we're dead, right? In the rocket.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They go-
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
blow
okay.
up.
But yeah, Kelsey Grammer I thought did a great job. It's got Kelsey, it's got Stanley, it's got Mark. I thought they all did a great job. And then Optimus rode a T-Rex.
Also, Optimus' relationship with Mark Wahlberg, they got like him sympathizing with him because like obviously in the originals it's B and Sam. That's the
Right.
connection with the humans.
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
Autobots. But this you got Optimus becoming more of a character even
Yeah.
before that. It's just great. It's great stuff. It's great stuff.
And I do miss Sam. I miss some of the.
Yes.
I miss the Linkin Park song. That's the first one that had a bunch of different changes. So that maybe that's why people.
Just one more time,
And they killed T.J. Miller.
And he
Brutally.
posts up with a Lamborghini, bro.
By the way, that's Michael Bay's actual Lambo. Fun fact.
Yeah,
Don't know if you
Michael
knew
Bay.
that.
Michael Bay
tough.
on set, like he's
Tough,
like, "Aren't you
huh?
supposed to be funny?" And like he's like, "Why aren't you funny?" Like it's just. Also, I suggest everyone here go on YouTube, find the behind the scenes for like all these movies. The original Transformers, they have a playlist. Some of the best stuff when it goes into making movies and how big this blockbuster was, how practical it was, the amount of extras, the locations. It's just
Yeah,
it's
I've
fantastic.
seen some of the BTS. It
The
was crazy.
BTS of the making of the Bone Crusher Optimus fight in the 07
So
Transformers,
crazy.
where they show how they blew up the
bus.
bus
Yeah.
that Bone Crusher goes through is incredible.
I think he broke a camera. Like they like told him it was gonna break a camera. He's like, "Let's just do it. Let's get the shot." And then he's just Michael Bay's the go.
Or even in Dark of the Moon when those guys are whatever they call the little
Yes,
squirrels.
their wingsuit. That's real.
That's real.
They
It's real.
Michael Bay saw them on YouTube going through mountains. He's like, I need that in my movie. Like,
Nice.
oh my god, he's
What a
like, there's a
visionary,
reason why
man.
Spielberg took them. But yeah, and they literally winged throughout Chicago. It's like a whole unique thing. It was so cool.
So good.
God, fucking
What a
amazing
franchise.
movie.
So, is there anything that sticks out in anybody's rankings that everybody's like, oh, that's heinous, that's terrible? Do we disagree, agree with anybody?
I'm so glad none of you are just absolutely tearing my head off for the Age of Extinction.
No, I'm actually like,
I
listen,
like-
it's lower on
I mean,
mine, but
you're-
like I rewatched it and I was like, I had like my awakening. I'm like, if when I rewatch that again, it's probably gonna go up to like a 4. Like it's amazing to me. But no, yeah, great.
4 out of 5.
Yeah.
So 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I have it. Yeah.
Wow.
And then yours was good too. Like you had
So did we all put Rise of the Beast at the bottom, or you
Mine's
did?
second.
Second to last for me.
Interesting. And what'd y'all have at the bottom? Last night?
Last night for me. is
Dude,
the worst.
I feel like
I think last night, the gap
Like-
between last night and Rise of the Beast is
It's-
enormous
that-
for
it's
me.
not enormous,
Yeah.
but like it's solid. Like Rise of the Beast did stuff that was like clearly just like the script and everything was just bad throughout.
Last night, Rise of the Beast is the reverse Transformers 1 for me. because I think everything about Rise of the Beast is bad, and I think everything about Transformers 1 is good, except for the designs. The designs in Rise of the Beast are awesome. It's awesome. The Gen 1 Optimus Prime, he looks better in Bumblebee, but he still looks so good in the Rise of the Beast. The Scourge design is really good.
Scourge is great.
The RC design is really good. The Bumblebee design is really good. Like, all those designs are really good, but that movie sucks. And then the Transformers 1 movie, the designs look awful.
I disagree.
But everything else looks good.
For me, it's simple. Unicron is Unicron in that movie. Unicron is Earth in The Last Night. What the?
Then we got Quintessa.
You know what?
we're talking
You know
about?
what? You're cooking with that. The Unicron is actually good. And now he's barely in
Coleman
it.
Domingo.
But the shot with Scourge,
and
you
the
see the
eyeballs.
eyeballs.
It's great.
That was
That's
cool.
how Galactic
It has its
should be. That's how
moments. It
Galactic
just doesn't
should
have sauce. It has
doesn't have
good
sauce.
moments,
So
but it's
great.
just so.
It's
Yeah.
so great,
Sauce.
and you're just missing Michael Bay. You're missing the practical locations. But yeah, Scourge is dope. That line where he's like, "I like that look."
And like I said,
when
it's-
inferior being meets a higher power. That's a tough line. That was a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, no, that's
When he
good.
kills
And like-
B, yeah, that's good.
No, that's good. But like I said, it's Rise of the Beast, but they're barely in it.
They're like the opening scene,
I mean,
and
but
like,
like the last night, Optimus is barely in it.
he's
See, that's another reason we don't like
It's
it.
Nemesis Prime.
Notice my like bottom of my bottom 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Optimus is awful and sucks in Rise of the Beast. He's barely in Last Night, and he's barely in Revenge of the Fallen. Like, not having him as a major part in any of these movies really hurts the movies.
Yeah.
He is just so
He's so good.
Good.
Y'all think this is interesting. The first time I saw Bumblebee, and he's in it for like 30 seconds or whatever, but the first time I ever really saw Optimus in anything ever was in Rise of the Beast.
I'm sorry.
And he sucks in that movie. I was like,
sorry.
this is the guy?
This is the guy we've been glazing.
Like, he tried to give one speech, I guess it was okay, but he got beat in every fight, and he was like kind of mean, like in the whole movie.
I think that genuinely might be the worst portrayal of Optimus Prime.
See,
in
I don't
any
think
of the
it's
movies.
close.
The more we
It's
talk about it, the more I want to
genuinely
put
the
that last. But also, I do have one thing. You said, was it you that said The Last Night has no sauce? I disagree. That movie has sauce. It's just like it's
what is
it's
it?
like splattered everywhere.
Until
It's creative. The aspect ratio thing is a very unique situation where I didn't love it at first. I kind of hated it, and then I rewatched it and I was like, maybe I'm delusional. I'm starting to get it now. And I just think it looks so great. Like, these movies, all of the Bay films look great.
Yes,
I think
they
that
do look great,
The
yeah.
end set piece is like very insane. Like, it becomes a war film, and it's like we're in the sky floating. Like, it's
Yeah, I said until the
there's some
end.
good stuff.
I was telling them
The
that,
visuals at the end.
that movie's like, I feel like Michael Bay's trying to say, James Cameron, I can do what you can do, but maybe a little bit
it's like
better.
an environmental conservation.
Bro,
movie.
it's got like the Abyss. This guy was saying aliens when they're in the
When you're underwater, they great.
And then it's like a little bit of Titanic, a little bit whatever, and then it's like Top Gun Maverick when they're on the thing.
Yeah,
and you got all the jets
it's just
and everything.
way too
It's like
much going on.
Yeah.
Isabella Merced's in that movie, by the way.
Yeah.
No.
she's
Well, you can't do the I know. She was like 14 in that one.
Well, I was 14.
First
when
thing
it
this
came
guy
out, so it's all
has,
good.
hilarious.
Next thing I have, 2-minute rule, top 5 designs ever. Would you like to start?
I do not have
start.
this either.
I'll
I just
start.
want to comment on y'all's.
I'll start because I have the
Because
live
I'm not the
action
design
ones
guy.
down.
I
You're
can
gonna
just say the
include
3
all
that
of
I
them.
like, that I mentioned to you.
Yeah, which are the 3 that you
Okay,
like?
I love Sideswipe. I like everything about Sideswipe. He's my favorite other than Bumblebee and Optimus. I love characters that are like, woo. So I like his design. Optimus in Last Night is the one that I liked, right? Wasn't he good in Last Night?
Yes.
looks
You
like
also in Age of Extinction after he scans the new car and then he transforms.
Yeah,
you
yeah, that was also good. And then Bumblebee throughout is pretty solid, but then in the Megatron
Dark of the Moon.
with the cape is that's another thing that's great about Dark.
All right, I'm about to cook with that. Like, it's I got
so
all the
good.
live action
when
ones
he
ready.
when he transforms and he lands and then it like goes like this in the
Oh,
desert, you're
yeah.
like,
I'm getting moist.
how
Like,
does he have a
stop
cape?
it.
I don't know how, but it's sick.
It's the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Can we
It's-
all clink to that?
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
yeah.
it's,
That shit is so tough.
It's amazing.
Hey, to Dark of the Moon, Megatron.
To Dark of the Moon. Michael Bay's
Underrated
best.
Dark of the Moon
Oh,
trailer.
yeah,
All right, so you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start.
Let's do it.
All right, I probably won't even need the full 2 minutes.
I don't
but-
think you will.
Top 5. 5, we have Soundwave from Bumblebee. I love Soundwave's G1 design. It's the best out of
in my
those. Like,
top
between Shockwave, it's just,
Yes.
oh my god, it
Really
looks
good.
perfect.
Yep.
Everything down to like a T as how I'd imagine that cartoon design translated into live action. Is
Yes.
incredible. 4, we have Megatron Dark of the Moon. Honestly,
Wow.
I had the toy. Oh my god, the
I
cloak.
want
It
the
gives
toy.
me Mad Max energy. The nomad
Yeah.
look, the cape. I love how his face is broken. You have little insect bots fixing his face as
Yeah.
it goes on. He's now a truck, which is like perfect to rival Optimus. He's usually a tank or a plane in other ones, or like a gun. But in this one, he's perfectly rivaling what Optimus is, like a rugged truck versus Optimus's clean cookie
I want
cutter.
to go watch them
It-
again right now.
It's beautiful, and Hugo Weaving's amazing in the role. Sideswipe is 3. So sleek, so sleek. Has the blades, love the wheel feet. I wish he got more shine. He would have been like our counter to Bumblebee. He would have been perfect. 2, I have Shockwave, Dark of the Moon.
Yep.
Which is somehow better than the G1, which the G1's
Yep. Yes.
He is so frightening, so menacing. I might include Driller in that too because they come as a package deal.
Yeah.
But just fantastic, frightening, menacing. The purple's amazing. He looks. I had that toy as well. Shout out to my mother. Bought all these things for Christmas. But no, great. And then number 1 for me, the piece de résistance, the creme de la creme, Optimus and Bumblebee, the G1. It's the perfect design. It's
fabulous.
That's perfect.
What a fabulous list.
list.
We have a lot of carryover.
list.
I think we're all going to have very similar lists.
Shockwave in which one? Dark of the Moon?
Dark of the Moon.
I want to see it.
Eyeball. I'm pulling it up.
He pulls up in Chernobyl first.
Yeah. Really cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
In the video where I was talking about when I'm talking about how I don't like the designs in Transformers 1, I specifically named this guy as a design that I like.
Yeah,
on the
that's
Beyblade.
hard.
That is incredible.
So hard.
He's a fucking tank.
He's
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh, he's so cool.
oh, my God,
he's so
that
cool.
set piece in the 3rd act when Driller's breaking through the build. Let me stop glazing. I'm gonna it's gonna be a whole glaze show for Dark of the Moon. We just might have to put this movie on in the background.
Bro, we
as
got
we're
it.
watching-
Do a whole episode on
Just
just Dark of
just
the
us
Moon.
watching and
Dark of the
commentating over Dark
It's
of the
so
Moon.
good, man.
Sammy, you
I got
want
my
next or
five.
shall
I got my 5 ready. Let's lock in, twin.
Here we go.
All right, top 5. Starting off, number 5, I got Sideswipe. Again, just like everything these young gentlemen said, I loved it so much. He's so cool. That scene when he chops the Decepticon in half and says, "Damn, I'm good," and then the stick him up
With Ironhide?
Oh my God, so tough. Yeah, should have had more shine. And he's a Corvette. I love Corvettes. Anyway, enough on Sideswipe. Love you so much. Mwah. In 4th place, I've got Megatron from, I believe, Transformers Prime.
Yes.
So
Great
cool.
design,
It's
great
like a good
design. Great design.
It's a great combination of G1 and the live action movie.
Yes!
And that's why it's so tough.
He's
'Cause He's
chonky.
got the big gun on
He's
the
a big
right.
chonky boy.
Bruh, he's big. Oh my
He's
God.
great,
He's a
great
big beefy
design.
boy.
Because
So
he's
good.
curvy
He's
and
got the
Cybertronian
but
and
he's
gross.
still got the little,
but he's
like,
still got the helmet.
thing, and he's got the
Yes.
big gun.
Yes.
So fucking cool. Oh my God. Okay, I love that one so much. Okay, in my 3rd place, this one might be niche. I don't know if anyone watched this, but Transformers Armada Optimus Prime. Such a cold Optimus Prime design. By the way, Transformers Armada is the one that had Jetfire combined with Optimus Prime for the first time. That's where Michael Bay got that inspiration from. When he does that, that might be number 1 too. I don't know. The entire Armada slept on. Top 2, 2nd place, I'm going with our guy, Megatron from Dark of the Moon with the cloak. I mean, just the aura emitting from that image is
so
enough to
good.
make a man cry.
Yeah.
It's enough to
Goosebumps.
make a man want to be a better person.
True.
Enough to make a man want to be a transformer.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Can't say enough good things about that. I'm just sad that he was Sentinel's bitch. First place, for me personally, don't care what anyone says. It has to be Optimus Prime from Bumblebee. It's the coldest design
yes,
I've ever
yes.
seen. A great combination of G1, great combination of live action. I love the amount of red and blue there is.
Yes.
None of that gray BS from Rise of the Beast.
He
He
It's
looks
just tough.
emaciated
When
in
I-
Rise of the Beast. Like,
Yeah.
he looks like he hasn't eaten a little bit.
But
like,
it still looks good. It still
It's
looks
so
good.
good.
Like,
But
let's
when I-
not cap.
When I think of Optimus Prime, that's what I think of at night.
This is hard.
I'm hard. Like, if we show it.
No, it's incredible.
Look how amazing. And the color
Bumblebee,
is so
Bumblebee Optimus Prime is
The
incredible.
Bumblebee opening is like.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
When
up
they
there.
pull up
It's
and
so-
they're like, Decepticons! And you see Starscream, which looks incredible. It looks incredible.
G1 Starscream is number 6, by the way. I love G1
Good for you.
Starscream. Anyway, that's it. Just going to say one last thing. Optimus Prime, I'm coming.
Did you forget who I am? Ironhide's up there too. Like the not the OG. The OG with the red, I like it, but the Bay one for me is
The Bay Ironhide is
so
so
And
hard,
fun
bro.
fact that
He
I've
spun
said
the
this before,
block.
but his like guns alone had more CGI working parts than
Just wanted to
a lot of other Transformers. That the CGI that went into that animation or whatever is
Just wanted to show him like cannons.
Decepticon punk.
He really spun the block. Actually, he spun on the block.
Oh my god, he died.
He didn't spin.
He doesn't get mentioned anymore.
Don't go to the light.
All right, I've got pictures associated with mine because I've got some obscure choices.
Oh, I love this.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, I'm doing my top 5 Transformers designs ever. At number 5, I've got Energon Megatron.
Oh,
it combines the Galvatron head design from Gen 1 with this huge wing setup. It's awesome. He's a jet. He's awesome. I love this. He's terrible
so
in the
tough.
show
It's not-
itself.
yep.
The show sucks and he's terrible, but I love that design. Number 4, we got Bumblebee Soundwave. Oh,
cool.
Picture perfect. Straight from Gen 1. Like you all said, this is magnificent. At number 3, I've got Gen 1 Starscream.
Yes!
This has
He's
stood
great.
the
He's
test
great.
of
God.
time.
Shout out
This
Transformers
design and doing just just literally just taking this design and color swapping it for Thundercracker and Skywarp. What a decision. Because this design is amazing. And you know what? Bumblebee, it doesn't look as good as this. It doesn't. So this fucking design, top 3, I love this. Transformers 1, it is a good appropriation of this design. But Gen 1 Starscream is easily my favorite Gen 1 design. At number 2, we've got Dark of the Moon Megatron.
Dude, look at it.
How tough it is.
Look at it.
The shotgun.
Look at the action figure. Look at the action figure. Click on the thing. Look at the. Oh my god.
I want to get the Hot Toys, like the really expensive.
Wait, there's a Hot Toys in this?
It's like a different brand, but they're expensive, but they're incredible. And the cloak is real fabric. Anyway, Dark of the Moon Megatron, we've done this to death. This design is amazing. And then my number one is Transformers Cybertron Galvatron.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. To me, this was my introduction to Transformers. I always loved Megatron with horns. And the only issue I have with Transformers Cybertron Megatron is just a lot of purple, a lot of teal, a lot of orange, not colors that mix. Then they just recolor him for Galvatron. It is a perfect homage to Gen 1 because it's mostly white and silver with black. Hints of red and hints of purple.
The purple
it is perfect.
The purple's the best.
This is probably in my top 5 favorite character designs ever. I love Transformer Cybertron Galvatron with all my heart, and that's my TED Talk.
That's great. That's great.
Oh my goodness.
Can you keep the picture there?
Yeah.
I need to finish.
I love how his face.
What did
he say? That's great stuff. But yeah, go to the Hot Toys. I need to see the Hot Toys.
Yeah, no,
I love how his face looks like the Decepticon logo.
If there is,
it's not a Hot Toys, but it's like an expensive.
It's some Japanese brand. I've seen it. I've looked into it. Don't worry.
Yeah, here it is.
It's a giant robot. It's got to be Japanese. Gotta be Japanese.
It's a sideshow.
Oh, yeah,
that's what
basically.
Oh, that's
basically Hot Toys. How much does it cost?
Is it a? Oh, it's just a statue. No, that's hard though.
We need a truce.
Who would you be without me, Prime?
Oh, look at that.
Time to find out.
Oh, it's 2000.
I love that, like.
Oh my gosh.
I love Megatron's OG transformation of the gun, but like that truck is like, I don't know why we don't get more truck like that. That is just, it's the perfect counter to Optimus. It's the perfect
Believe me,
parallel.
I have it. I have it written down here for that. All right, let's move on. I know that we're way over time.
Dude, I was literally gonna just buy it right now, but it's $2,000.
No. There are cheaper ones. That one's just really, really big.
See, the thing is, someone's got to spend the money.
You can get
It's
like
almost sold out.
You can get like a really cool like.
I mean, maybe I should.
You could probably get like a really cool miniature for like 200.
No. There are some on eBay for like 600, and they're big.
So if anyone wants to, slide me a gift, my birthday is soon.
It's sold out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move to agree or disagree.
Ooh, yes, sir.
This is cool because we're getting to use our
All of them.
New cards.
our new cards. Agree or disagree? The G.I. Joe Transformers movie is a bad idea. 3, 2, 1. Agree, disagree. I just don't like.
Why the frick?
Because we just. Really?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
fuck.
just
wrong with you?
Wait.
it's like
don't
it's
like
like
it?
that's like saying
I think
they
it's a
shouldn't
bad
make
idea.
Peak.
Whoa, wait, hold on.
This guy. Get
Wait,
a little this guy.
pause.
What is wrong with you?
That's literally like comic book like heaven. Like for like,
I know.
it's like
I
never
don't
liked
see-
the
Like
actual-
listen, the movies stink, right? The G.I. Joe movies
Yes.
stink. But I think, and even that one Snake,
one I like.
was it? What was this Snake
You know-
Eyes movie?
yeah.
Not good.
No.
But I just want to see.
And you're
it to,
combining
like,
that
to-
with the
it-
people that made Rise of the Beast. It's going to be the worst Transformers
I'm gonna-
movie we ever got.
I'm going to tell you right now. We got a little bit of taste of that. That's why what's his name got that robot form.
Yeah.
If you remember
Anthony
that
Ramos. I
yeah.
know.
Rise of the Cobra, remember when they had those suits that
Yeah.
would make them
Yeah.
fast? It looked just like that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what they're going to do
See,
for
the thing
G.I.
is,
Joe
like,
and Transformers.
gonna be
It's
bad.
it's gonna scratch my little itch, and then once
Yeah,
it's done, I don't
scratch
need
my
it.
itch.
Listen, I just need it to be like toys hitting each other.
Exactly.
All right, good for y'all. Optimus Prime is a top 5 leader in fiction.
3, 2, 1.
Agree.
He's the one.
Okay.
Come on, man.
This might. I should have said this during hot takes.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, how do I explain?
How do you
this?
phrase this without us like
Yeah.
mauling you like a
so,
bear?
So here's the thing.
He does it so good.
Okay. There's always been. So I've never seen Transformers. So there's always been like these questions online, and I've done polls where it's like, who gives better speeches, Captain America or Optimus Prime? And almost unanimously, people are like Optimus Prime. So I just assumed like, oh, there's gonna be some epic speeches. There's always epic speeches. He always gives one at the end of the movie. But I have two things to say about them. I don't necessarily think they're necessarily better than Cap's speeches, number one, because they're unbelievably short. They're like 2 or 3 lines, and 2, they don't really accomplish anything plot-wise. Stay with me. They're at the end of the movies, and he's just like, I am Optimus Prime, we're here for the Autobots. And it's like, that's sick. I watched all the movies this past week. There's like 1, maybe 2, where like he actually gives a speech that's like more than 2 sentences before a big battle that actually like gets people to do something.
Age of Extinction was one of them.
Right, yes.
Great.
Yeah, okay. Captain America, you don't have a lot of examples, but like the Winter Soldier speech is completely different. It's a long, solid amount of speech, and it immediately leads into like a montage of like the repercussions of his speech, inspiring people to stand up for what's right and go against Hydra. Like, yes, like the voice is there and the epicness with the Linkin Park music and everything, but like in terms of how meaty the actual speeches are and their impact in the plot and like characters' choices, not really much there. Am I crazy?
Well, there was one of the agree or disagrees I have on here is Optimus Prime gives better speeches than Captain America. So you and I were on the same page here. You're saying disagree. What would you say?
I would say disagree too.
Would you say agree or disagree?
For what? Like Optimus is better.
Optimus gives better speeches than Captain America.
Yeah, I agree.
You agree that Optimus gives better speeches?
I think we're discounting the fact that like voice and tone.
Yes,
plays
I'm
an
with
amazing
Alex.
part.
Voice and tone plays a part, and you did just say that he doesn't really give speeches like that before a big battle. Do you think he gives a speech like that before Transformers 2007?
I don't think there was one in
He
there like
does
that.
on the observatory,
On the observatory
and he
level.
says,
Yeah, but I remember...
he says, "Put the cube in my chest.
Sacrifice.
will sacrifice myself for you, for the future of our race. Bumblebee's a good soldier. He will not die in vain. Autobots transform and roll out. It's electric."
Chills.
I didn't get that. And I was waiting for him, and I'm not discounting the ones that he has. I'm just saying I don't think
Is Cap
they
a better
last.
leader?
They last for like 5 seconds, and then most of the time it's just like the ending monologue of the movie, and then it cuts to credits. Like that's most of them.
The one in Dark of the Moon goes hard.
Which one is that?
The one right, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's the one where he has Epps with him and he's talking. I don't know. Alex probably has it.
At the,
Oh,
at the
yes.
That's
yeah.
right after you find out that they actually lived.
Yes.
I don't know what it was.
When they go and
but I
when he's
remember
like,
it
we're
was
gonna
hard.
kill them all. Like yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
right
yeah.
before they enter Chicago again.
By the way,
Yeah.
Cap's best one is probably "Let's go get this son of a bitch." I stood up and cheered. I might have clapped and saluted too.
And he gives a good one in Age of Ultron, and his little call outs.
Who's a better leader?
Who gives
That I would give Optimus probably.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're both great. Like you know,
Yeah, we love them both.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
They're very
yeah.
similar.
it's 1A, 1A, and then there's B.
Sure.
Except Optimus loves killing in the papers. That's the only thing.
Hey, get the job done.
Facts.
Sorry, Batman.
What is it? You hit them, they get back up. I hit them, they
Stay
stay
down.
down.
Yeah.
The Touch is still the Transformers song and has not been replaced by What I've Done.
3, 2, 1.
The boomers are gonna hate me.
I thought you were going to be on my side.
It's good, but what I've done? Are you kidding me? I'll face myself. I look at myself in the mirror and I sing it every day.
You will all sell me, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I
you got the
love
touch as
what
well.
I've done.
It's like 1A, 1B for me.
But I'm
you
not
know how
a
much I
boomer,
love 86.
so I'm definitely new gen kid.
Yeah.
Transformers.
Damn, I thought you were going to be with me. I guess I'll go What I've Done. It's close, but for this new generation, it's obviously What I've Done. But they make the touch joke in
Yeah. I got that too,
Transformers
yeah.
1. You don't have the touch,
touch.
nor the power, Pax.
That went over so many
It
people's
was
heads.
huge reaction in my first theater.
love that.
No reaction in my second theater.
Sorry,
My-
Paramount.
yeah.
So, yeah.
I pointed so I hit the Leo meme to Danielle. I was like, she didn't get it.
The Michael Bay Transformers movies are just a commercial for the military.
3, 2, 1.
Agree. What the fuck? You guys are out of your mind.
Dude, that.
How is it a commercial?
How is it a
for the
commercial for the military?
It's like, look at the army. They're mobilizing.
If
Look
anything,
at this.
what
That
are we
doesn't mean that's all
He
it
comments
is.
on the like American, like it's American like politics and everything with the whole military and everything and how like it's just
The Avengers
perfect-
shows
The
shawarma
Avengers-
at the end. It doesn't mean it's a commercial
Yeah.
for shawarma.
Okay,
I thought you were
fine.
gonna say
Literally
I thought you were gonna say
giant
product
robots.
placement. 'cause
No,
then I would've
yes,
been like,
no. There's a lot of product placement, but as
How do
much
you
as
think they
product
pay for these
placement as
movies?
there is, it's the military-industrial complex, and he's fucking licking the balls of the U.S.
Yeah, no, it's
Army,
sick.
Navy, Air Force.
he probably gets all our
Here's-
tax breaks.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
why he does it.
Here's
Smart
the
man.
question. This is interesting. Should Michael Bay just make U.S. military commercials?
They'd be pretty sick.
You should make
Pretty-
the next
That's
Top
something
Gun.
he could do in his sleep.
Well, did you guys hear about the controversy with The Rock?
No.
The military is suing The Rock
Yeah.
because they paid him all this money for a commercial and it actually lost them signups. It did a reverse effect. So maybe if they just pay Michael Bay that money
We're all
to
gonna be
make
going to
U.S.
war.
military commercials, we're all going to sign up, probably.
I mean,
That's
Top
where
Gun
you gotta
had that
start.
effect. I mean,
If I get to work with Optimus, I'll sign.
I mean, that's where Michael Bay got to start. Why not put him back to what he knows to do?
Yeah.
Megatron going from a gun to a jet and then subsequently a tank is the best transformation change that Michael Bay made from Gen 1 to his movies. For context, Andrew, Megatron used to transform into a gun. He would shrink into the hand of Starscream. If you think that is dumb, you may want to say agree here.
he definitely was like, wow.
3, 2, 1, agree,
I don't think it's dumb. I like it.
disagree,
I disagree. I like it.
disagree,
It's just classic.
and I'm also going to say disagree. Not because
He set me up.
I don't think
This son of a gun.
Not because I don't think that Megatron being a gun is dumb, and obviously you have to change it. I don't like that now he's always a tank. I just don't
Yeah.
like.
I
I don't like Megatron being a tank now, and I feel like it's Revenge of the Fallen.
But I think that's a.
I love
That's a-
in
Go
the
ahead.
first one. That's an homage. He puts his hands together and he becomes a
Yeah,
gun, which
yeah.
is really cool. Rather, I think that's a good combination of both. I don't mind that he's a tank. I actually kind of.
I think it's the best way you can do, like,
'Cause
an homage to the fact that he was a gun.
giant gun.
yeah. It's
But I do agree that shit's so cool in G1 that I'm
When he
kind of like
becomes,
upset.
yeah.
But then they give you like little homages.
they
like
give you
with-
homage like he.
I don't know why they gave it to Lockdown though. Like why
Yeah, gun
don't you
face.
make Megatron's face a gun?
But-
That would have been cool.
Does anybody
hard as fuck.
okay? Separate of your disagree, is Megatron going from a gun to a jet in the Bay movies? Is that your favorite change that he's made? Because my favorite change that Michael Bay made is making Soundwave go from a boombox. Obviously, he's not going to be a boombox in
Satellite.
the fucking to a satellite. I think is really fucking cool. That's my favorite change that Michael Bay made. Do you guys have any that ring a bell off the dome?
Trying to go off the dome.
I love the boombox though. But like Soundwave looked dope as that. Was he an Audi? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, but I think
The
him
satellite
being
when
the
he's
satellite,
like,
is
satellite's
really
really
cool.
neat. I don't know. I mean, I brought it back. I mean, Ironhide's not much of a. It's kind of a drastic change style wise, but not really transformation wise. But I love the Ironhide change.
Mm-hmm.
Ironhide looks dope with as the weapons master.
Cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cannons.
I can't think of one off top. Maybe Sideswipe. Sideswipe never looked like that.
No.
No.
I like
Alright.
Sideswipe a lot.
Perceptor is the worst transformer ever. Perceptor, for your memory, is a microscope.
the little scientist.
I think he's great. I don't.
3, 2, 1. That is awful.
It's so
They
fun.
have increased vision
I-
with their
it's
optics
so
already.
fun.
Why is he a
Wait, the
microscope?
best part is kill the little one, and it's a big. It's the biggest
but
one.
see, now that you said that, I hate the human Medusa one more than that. That's a stupid transformation.
I mean Perceptor, the Autobot from Gen 1, but anything. If you're a fucking microscope, you're
Microscope.
a fucking, that's a terrible transformer. That's awful.
The way they do it in the Bay movies is cool though.
when he's
the
going into like Sam's.
It's awful.
He's cool. He's like a mad scientist. He's like the.
Mark Wahlberg is a better protagonist in the Transformers movies than Shia LaBeouf.
3, 2, 1.
Disagree.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we love Shia.
Yeah.
You're a little bit of a defender of Marky
Yeah,
Mark.
no, I think his character is super cool. I think the inventor aspect is like actually particularly compelling, but like I still miss Sam.
We stand our ADHD king.
Yeah, no, I mean,
We stand. He's all
so
of
fun
us.
to watch.
He's the
He's the
milkman,
most-
baby.
The young aspect, him being in high school and college, and his relationship with Meg, and then him having his breakdown at the car, and his relationship with B. Like, yeah,
It's just
You
fantastic.
can't be. He's the milkman himself.
He
man.
sacrifices himself, gets the matrix of leadership,
He's a
like,
go.
brings
He's a
Prime
go.
back, like
Jesus
just
Christ.
the way he,
kills Megatron technically.
oh yeah, that decision in the first one. Yeah,
Yeah, great.
Jesus Christ, Optimus Prime,
Yeah, he-
Sam Witwicky. They all
Yeah.
have risen.
They all
just
have-
She
saying.
has risen, baby girl. Yeah. And then
Just saying.
But one of my favorite things is when Sam like would go back to normal life, but then get to like show that he actually like saved the world and come back. So like the scene where he comes and he just starts talking to the guards, like, "You're gonna let me in, and I'm gonna talk to Optimus." And they're like, "Who are you?" And then he's like, "That's my car." And like,
Yeah.
and then he walks.
And he was, you're gonna fix my shit. You think you're not?
Yeah,
It's so great.
when he goes in and like the Secretary of Defense or whatever.
Francis McDormand's character.
Yeah.
No,
Francis
the woman.
Yep.
Shout out to
Yeah, and
Almost
he
Famous.
just starts like mouthing off to her was like one of my favorite scenes because like he knew more than her. She was so obnoxious. It was awesome.
Just the swagger this man has when
Yeah.
he picks up Carly with the Medal of Honor in his hand and shoots the gun. Are you kidding? Or how about
You know, guess who POTUS gave me this?
Yes,
So awkward.
Hold up. Wait, what about I just put in that light there and that disco ball so the light reflects off the disco ball.
So stupid.
What a
You said earlier that
genius,
I
man.
prefer women.
I like females working on my ends. Hell, I prefer it. What a
What a
the
progressive
milkman, the milk sniffer himself. Oh my God, mwah, our king.
The Transformers franchise should do a crossover with Fast and Furious.
3, 2, 1.
Agree.
I don't give an F.
Disagree.
I don't give an
It
F.
would be funny, but I don't care for the Fast and Furious.
I don't give
I
an
think it would be
F.
too over the top.
Yes.
What the? That's exactly what it's gonna be. Frick you.
I
Dominic Toretto
I don't care for those characters.
pulling
much.
up to like an exploded city with Optimus.
What about Tyrese's character? We're gonna have like it's
Yeah,
like
there you
Epson,
go.
like
You don't think they can somehow retcon that?
No, they put them both together. He
They
plays two
transform
characters.
into
They're
cars.
twins.
Dom will drive the car. It's epic. What do you mean?
They don't
Optimus
need
and
to be
Vin
driven. They're
Diesel.
Transformers.
Nah, they work together. It's
It would be like
Them talking about family together. Low cam on his side now.
Yeah, dude. Optimus Prime is gonna give a monologue, a speech about family.
Wait a minute.
I just
Break
love-
the
they're
internet!
gonna-
You got
watch,
me.
watch.
Wait a minute.
They're gonna shoot the Transformer, you know, when they're driving and then they get shot and they have to transform and then they gotta like catch.
Yeah.
Well, they would shoot Bumblebee and Dom would come out and he wouldn't try and catch Dom. Dom would be like this.
This and punch
And
Megatron.
punch
Megatron or
Decepticon.
something. Punch Megatron. Like
Superman punch him.
they give him a transformer or like
I can
a robot
see
arm
it.
and-
I can see it now. Like so, an Optimus or Bumblebee's falling off of a cliff. He's holding on to one thing. He's holding on to their freaking finger. I can see it now.
Bring the
Just
rock.
like-
Put the rock
he's gonna,
there.
He's gonna be like,
Put Roman
Bumblebee,
Reigns.
no! Just
Pull
like
him
that
up.
scene from Civil War with Cap.
That's the
Oh
next
my
Fast and
God.
Furious movie. Is Jason Momoa's character is going to reinvigorate Sector 7.
Hey,
And
You
it's-
know what? Let's get the Megan on this too.
Yeah.
Why
Frick it.
not?
Oh no!
Let's get the
just
Megan
Jason
on this. Why
Statham
not
plays
Jason
two
Statham?
characters. We just need multiple.
Just get them all in there.
The budget for this movie would be $1 billion.
That's why there's so much product placement.
And
Yeah.
like make 3 billion.
That's why we
like-
have the
Y'all
product
disagreed.
placement.
Y'all disagreed to all
But
of
like
these
once
ideas.
we
I'm just
started
saying.
speaking, it made sense. It made sense.
And the final one,
That would be the death of cinema though, Loki. Like,
Gen 1
It'd be stupid.
has the best designs of any iteration of the Transformers.
3, 2, 1.
Overall, I am going to go agree.
I think I have to go
And
agree.
I think we have to say this because Bumblebee Optimus Prime is probably one of our favorites for everybody at this table.
Mm-hmm.
The sound wave from Bumblebee.
Jazz's design in the OG is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was gassing up Gen 1 Starscream. It set the tone. Gen 1 is just unbelievable.
great.
And anybody that ever disrespects Gen 1, it really bothers me. And it's part of the reason why I don't like Transformers 1, because I think they're really bad appropriations of Gen 1.
I agree.
I think it's his own thing.
I think the Dinobots are superior in G1. Like it's so.
Then
I don't
the
yeah,
Bay,
Grimlock in the new one is not as
Like,
good
it
as
is-
OG.
but he
great.
he loves Bay Grimlock. He's not going to like
Don't
Gen
get
1
don't get me
Grimlock.
wrong. He's cool. It's just like he just looks like a silver skeleton.
But when
Yeah.
he turns, I don't like that.
I love
his,
the
just
colors.
His robot, like his dinosaur version, is a lot better than the
Yeah.
normal.
And I mean, Starscream wipes the floor with baby.
I like Dorito.
Well,
Dorito.
you like
Starscream.
like
just
Doritos.
hate, I just hate how they
Starscream.
never let.
I like Revenge of the Fallen Dorito Stars because he had the tattoos on him.
Bro,
I
he's
don't
got-
like Doritos
Bro, he's got
Starscream.
Megatron's.
I think he works perfect for that design because he's like the lackey and he looks like Igor. Like he looks like a.
He's got he's got Megatron's spark so far down his throat.
It's
That's why he
perfect.
sounds like that,
He
bro.
works perfect for that.
I live to serve you, Lord Megatron. Gotta get it right.
And the end of Revenge of the Fallen when and Megatron gets his ass kicked, he's like, Starscream, please! It's like, fuck, please help me!
No, my favorite is in the forest fight when Prime rips his arm off. You just hear him in the background, my arm, and then he throws it at him.
I think he kills Blackout or whatever, or Grinder. Or
It's
whatever.
Grinder, because Blackout dies
Yeah,
in the first
Blackout
one.
dies in the
Grinder is just big
He said,
Blackout.
I don't
Yeah.
want two. I don't want one. I want two.
I'll take you all on!
The forest fight is one of the best fights.
That may be the best fight in any of the Transformers movies.
So hard.
I have one that's better.
Which?
It's the one when in Dark of the Moon, where Sam calls Optimus, and they're in Chicago.
Oh,
and he
yeah, he
takes
slides
off the building, and then he just starts mowing down a bunch of Decepticons and kills Shockwave because of the score in the background. It's just so.
I like the.
That's my favorite.
I like the building collapsing scene, like just as an action scene.
I
Yeah.
love the
Insane.
building collapsing
So
scene.
tough.
Goes on a little too long, but it's
Oh,
fun.
I like that
So
one a
cool.
lot.
Driller was a great.
Driller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the Decepticons are in there and you're just like behind the
love-
pillars is so
when the
good.
little mug
falls down and
the
then
little mug
thing is like
right
eating
by his
fruit.
eye.
What else? Yeah, I like also too with Age of Extinction them going into Hong Kong on I think
Yeah.
it's really good.
I couldn't run through a
on
brick wall.
Grimlock. Yeah, he's riding in. It's a bunch of crazy shit. Crosshairs is in the sky doing some crazy spy shit with his like parachute thing, and B gets on. It's great. It's great.
Do we want to do the bracket?
We do it on the Patreon.
But we have 2 brackets on Patreon then.
I mean, one's better than the other, or we can do both.
That hurts.
We can do both.
Let me guess the one that's not as great as yours.
Yeah, I guess
He's
so.
like, fuck.
You said that. I'm only saying that because
No,
you were like, oh, that idea is way better.
Your idea was better, but they're going to love mine.
Okay, then we can do both.
It's fine. We're going to have them on the Patreon now. We love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Make sure to follow Sammy J Reacts. Make sure to follow Alex Coleman. A special shout out to Sammy J Reacts. Not that we don't love Coleman,
Damn.
but Coleman has been doing
everybody off.
content full time for a little while now. Sammy J Reacts is now a full-time content creator. So please follow him on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, etc.
In real life, if you want.
So
Just follow him around.
so that just follow him around
Why
because
would you
it does
put that on there? Why would you guys do this?
it does
You
really
could come up to me though. I'll say, I'll be nice.
really help him out. We did
you so
appreciate you coming all the way out from San Francisco to join us. We did need a resident unk to be on this episode. We needed somebody that was there in 1984
I
watching
was
those
in there.
cartoons.
I was in the theater.
So thank you
Someone that was around
for
during
doing
Vietnam,
that.
we needed that.
Yeah.
And again, we cannot thank Alex Coleman enough for coming all the way from New York City for this episode to talk Transformers for you guys. We know that none of y'all watched this all the way through. Thank you so much. We love you. Bye-bye.